Hello, in my today's Aleyda SEO tips, I want to share with you a few very straightforward, easy to use resources to make your HTTPS migration much more easier from an SEO perspective. I am going to be speaking about this topic actually on Monday in Search London, and there's going to be a full presentation, 20 minutes presentation. I'm going to share the slides afterwards full of tips, do's and don'ts and resources that hopefully will make your life easier for the validation. So here you have a little sneak peek about that presentation, if in case you cannot go to London. That will be very sad though. So the first is that this resource that I shared a few months ago is a checklist actually, sharing the steps, the validations that you need to do before, during, and after launching. So it's very important, especially when you have a huge website with tons of resources, potentially many subdomains is something very, very important. Or if you're using CDNs, that you do different type of validations, right? So you have a list, a very complete list of the validations to do. On the other hand, if you have also a small website, not necessarily a millions pages website, but this is a small website that is running on WordPress, there's a very straightforward, handy plugin called Really Simple SSL that you can install easily, and that will help you not only to implement the redirects, 301 redirects from the HTTP to the HTTPS URL, so you serve the secure versions of the pages that you will have enabled now, that even if you are secure, you really want to make sure that you're showing the right pages, and you can localize toward these pages, right? So you can do it by using this plugin that will help you 301 redirect, and also force to serve the resources, the images, the CSS, GS, any files that you're showing on your pages through their secure versions. Otherwise, you will end up having mixed content type of issue, and then you will not, your page won't be shown through the with that little padlock on the browser, right? And then there's this very handy also tool to use that is called Why Not Padlock here, that you can see, where you can validate any page actually to see if there's the website really has a valid certificate, what type of certificate it is, if there are any resources that are being called externally that can cause that there's a mixed content type of issue or not, or that what is the reason. So this is very handy to validate this type of implementations, and the same can be done with Google Chrome DevTools. You can go to see the source of any, oops, here you can take a look and see the inspect option of any page, and then you can here go to the security tab and see if again it is being shown through a secure page, if the certificate is valid, additional information. I will reload now to see the origins and the different resources that are being called to the page in this case, and then if there's any issue here that you see there's a specific resource that's being called, for example, from here, from around here, or imagine an image or whatever, you can go to the source to check it out, or directly here you can also go to the timeline to see how every element is being loaded, and you can go and check for it. However, again, this is very handy, it's very straightforward. If you're using again WordPress, to use this type of plugins to force to show the SSL version for them. So hopefully with this, it will be much easier for you to implement the HTTPS migration, and you won't need much more complex type of tech support. Hopefully you don't, especially if you have a WordPress website or a rather small website running on a CMS. Unfortunately, when you are running huge websites, big websites, e-commerce websites, there's much more complexity to implement this type of migration, and I will be sharing about that, and also a few tips for these situations too on Monday. I hope you have liked it, and if you have any question or something that you would like me to specifically cover on Monday, please leave it in the comments. Thanks.